had an opportunity to talk to some people on YouTube, what they call a heathen chat. Um, and they wanted me to call in to talk about evolution and how it is defeated. Of course, they had control of the conversation. They tried to keep me from really being able to speak the whole argument that shows that evolution is defeated. They kept muting me. But what they were trying to do was drag me into scientific jargon so that they could be able to confuse the situation, but I wasn't letting that happen. I was bringing them out, making them have to explain clearly when they ever had seen an evolution. And yeah, they were not able, of course, as I know, answer the questions. They pretty much were falling into the trap, except they were muting me and not allowing me to really speak. So they try to come off as skeptics, like we're really skeptical, but they're skeptical to the point that they don't want to believe in anything that doesn't allow them to do what they want to do. They're not interested in being a skeptic that is trying to decipher what is real and what is not. They're just trying to maintain a narrative of evolution, and not surprising, they're white. And evolution serves white racism quite well, because what they're able to do, they're able to go into their natural selection type propaganda for the fittest and all these type of things. And they attribute that, of course, without saying, to the white race. But if they'd give me the really opportunity that they said they would, or that they should have, they've been able to find out that their whole premise is illogical. It makes no sense at all. That they believe in something that they've never seen. They will invoke the scientific method at the same time rejecting it. And one of the primary key elements of the scientific method is observing. And that's what I was trying to bring to their attention and asking them, when have you ever seen any evolution take place? When did you see it? All they could do was talk about bacteria that became stronger and humans that get different features and things of this nature. And the point I wanted to make to them was that those things don't prove evolution. Humans remaining humans, bacteria remaining bacteria, all those type of things only certify what the book of Genesis is talking about. In order for evolution to have any relevance, you have to prove that one species turns into a whole nother species, and without that, you got nothing. Of course, they have nothing. But one of the elements that they really don't want to understand, that they reject about God, is the understanding of the reality of infinity. You ask them, where did the Big Bang come from? They don't know. In their understanding, they have to stop and say, well, hey, the Big Bang was always there. I mean, what else you going to do? Because if you say something else produced the Big Bang, then I'm going to ask you, where'd that come from? So this is something that they deny about God, but they're willing to accept it about evolution and the Big Bang, because evolution allows them to dictate the narrative of what they want to do, no matter how wrong it is. But when we look at the whole situation, what is more likely? That an impersonal big explosion was always there, then everything just bursted out and just came together by itself, or a creator who had no beginning, and then he himself created all these things and put in all these processes which people study for years and still don't know all about it. So detailed of processes that would have required intelligent intervention in order for it to happen. Someone had to put all those processes in order. It's just like any process. I was working at what they call a Kingdom Hall when I was with the Watchtower. And these people that were leading the project that really wasn't showing concern for the workers. And they had some of us unloading some 12-foot 2x4s, about 10 of us. And what's happening? He's not worried about what happens on the job. He's not trying to organize us and say, well, hey, let's get organized so nobody get hurt. Because if everybody just goes and get aboard, what's going to happen? You're going to turn as you're carrying that board, somebody going to get hit. But he wasn't concerned about that. So what I did, I said, hold on a second. Let's do this smart and quickly. Put 5 on this side, 5 on that side. You start over here, grab one end of the board, you grab another end of the board, and just bring it on down. And we drop it where it's supposed to be. No one got hurt. Everything done orderly, done quickly. But it was a process. Do you notice? It had to be put in order. And that's just a simple process that it took someone to say, well, hey, we need to do it this way so that we won't hurt each other, we'll get it done quick and do it and so forth. It takes someone to put that process in order. Imagine, again, the hundreds of processes in nature. Someone had to put that in order. And so we can see that the one who had no beginning, as the Bible says, is the Creator who made all things. The evolutionists, they like to say, well, the chimpanzee, we share DNA with them. Well, that just points to a common creator, that he used similar things to create all things. That's all that means. Doesn't mean that we're related to the ape or anything like that. It just means that it points back to the same creator who made all things and just used similar elements. When we die, we turn to dust. The animals die, they turn to dust. You can't judge a book by its cover. You have to look what's in the book. You have to look at the evidence. You have to look at what's reality, and then you get to see what's what. But if you're just going to believe somebody because somebody looks smart wearing a white scientific suit or coat or whatever you call that thing, that they smock that they wear, and you think that what they're telling you is true because it's coming out of their mouth, that's an easy way for a deception, and that's an easy way for them to pick your pocket too and take your money. As the evolution community does. They get that money from the government over something that's fraudulent. And then they take that and teach it in all these classes, teaching fraudulent information in science classes. The earth, the processes, and all the things in the universe are far more intricate than anything that a Big Bang can account for. It's God who made all things, and that's why we read in Romans, makes a very definite statement. It's inexcusable not to recognize God.